Hey YouTube, so we're back with it. You guessed it, another YouTube video, and this is I'm continuing my parallel line series. And so because my channel is about making art and making art without the costly expense, so today we will be using canvas paper. So if you can't continue to buy canvases, you can always buy a canvas paper, and then you can also buy a clipboard that helps you position the paper. And so right now I'm going to show you how the canvas paper looks. So I've been using it, so we'll just flip to this page and then we'll just rip it off. So it is just like a notepad, but it's just canvas paper. And so we save the other sheets for later, and it comes with 10 sheets. So it's a pretty good price. I think it was like $9 for 10 sheets. So it's a pretty good price. And so we just clip it on our clipboard, and then we begin step 1, which is lightly spray the canvas paper with misting water. But if you don't have that, you can just simply wet your brush and glide it on the paper. You want to make sure it's not too wet because this is paper. Okay, so now we're going to go into our background color. And so that is step 2. Now, with step 2, you don't have to prime the canvas with gesso because this is not a canvas. This is just canvas paper. So we can just lightly do our background color, which of course you know I have to use some form of gold because I just love this metallic gold. And so it's gently gliding, and I do like that. Now some people, when they use canvas paper, they usually tape down the sides. Now you can do that to get a cleaner look, but I didn't tape down the sides because I have the little clipboard thing right here holding my paper together. Now when you start with the canvas paper, you will see that it does lift up slightly, and so that may be best practice to tape it down first. And so I am going to let this dry. You know the drill. And so we'll let this dry. And because this is canvas paper, it dries pretty quickly. And so you won't need like 20 to 30 minutes drying time because it's very light. And so we'll just probably be back in 5 minutes. And I will see you in 5 minutes. So we are back, and we're going to do the dry test. And so we just lightly touch the canvas paper and it is dry. So now we proceed to step 5. So step 3 was letting it dry. Step 4 was the dry test, what we just did. And now we're on step 5. So that is us taping off the canvas paper. And so You know the deal and the drill. We just simply apply the tape. And so, because this is right here, we'll just lift this up. And then that's the third piece of tape, because normally we do 6 pieces of tape. But you know that if you have a smaller dimension, you don't always have to do the 6 pieces of tape. Okay, so now we put tape on the other side. Straight up and down. Tape is always horizontal and vertical, but if you want another design like diamonds or maybe even triangles, you can work with this method and do what you feel is best for you. Okay, so we have our checkerboard pattern. We have our iconic squares, is what I like to call it. And so now the fun part begins. Now, I'm not sure if I told you what I was using. So for the background, it was this texture paint, and it's dimensional metallic paint. This is actually one of my favorite paints to use. And so now we will be using Royal Navy, Deco Art, and then we'll be using glitter acrylic Rogue Red, and then we will be using Glam Gold Splendid, and we'll also be using the metallic acrylic paint. And they were all by Deco Art. And then we have some folk art. Okay, so let's jump in. Get our brushes ready. And so we're going to do a little bit of a different design. The same technique, but a different design. And so we'll start off with this gold in the middle. Okay, and so we left the top part open, and so we'll do some red on the top. And I'm really liking how this red is gliding on, because I can see the glitter really well. It kind of almost looks pink, but we'll go with it. And so now we're going to use our navy blue. And so and then we're gonna just do the blue on the side. Now, as I've told you before in my other paintings, I kind of like that wash effect where you can still see the background through the paint. And so I want to keep that effect going. And so our last color is the metallic rich espresso. And so we will be done after this. And again, we have that wash effect, but if you want to darken it, you can. And the way I darken it is like just going over it a few times. So maybe going over it maybe 2 to 3 times. And that's the best effect that I've gotten. But I do enjoy this wash effect. Now these are all acrylic paints. And so we are done with step 5. So we're back with step 9. And 9, we're gonna do the dry test, make sure everything is dry. You know, we just touch it gently. Okay, it's dry, no paint. And so what we'll do is just start taking the tape off gently, because you know this is paper and it can tear. So the paper is coming off really good. I don't want to jinx myself, but look like it's doing pretty good. Okay, so we have taken all the tape off, and I pretty much love this design. Like, I like this. And so with this design, as I told you before in my other parallel line videos, sometimes the paint seeps underneath like this. And so what you could do for the background is you can paint the background picture and put it under this. But I kind of like how the paint kind of moved around under it. And so I'm just going to leave it like it is, because it actually looks really nice to me. And so I enjoy seeing different designs, and I enjoy using different art materials to see how the actual finished product will be looking. And so we can just take it off, and you can see the metallic is shining in the light. We see we have our red with our glitter. And so I just really enjoyed this. It was simple. It was an easy technique. It was something that you can do within 30 to 45 minutes. I do feel I feel better. I feel less stressed than I was feeling. And so with something very easy and simple, it can just bring down a stress level, and it can just help you center your emotions. So now you're ready to take on whatever you needed to take on, and you're able to clearly think about situations in a different thought process. And so that's always important when you are dealing with people, when you're at work, when you're at home with your kids, or wherever you may be. Tensions are running high. And so it's always good to be grounded, and always good to have a level of stability when it comes to your emotions in dealing with people around the holiday time. And so we're just going to show you this picture one more time. Let me see if you can really get a good look. And so it is all dry. And then you can simply just hang it on your wall, and you are done. And so you can just look at this for inspiration if you want to try other colors, or if you want to continue to use the colors you have been using. Now, this technique is very basic, and so I just use this technique to start, and then I kind of do the background how I want, or the squares how I want. And so it's really up to you, because you are the artist. And so I'm just teaching you some easy, stress-free techniques that are cost efficient and effective. And these are the techniques I've used for my own healing journey. So I will see you next time. And we will call this painting Autumn Sunfall. And because it kind of gives me the autumn colors, and so we're in autumn going into winter, and so that's why I had the blue. And so that's what I was thinking. This is a seasonal painting, and so it just came to me. So I will see you next time in the next video. Bye.